Hello everyone, my name is Darkmoondoll and this is Cannabis and Movies. I am a medical cannabis patient living in California. I partake in cannabis on a daily basis for the pain in my knees and ankles due to arthritis. I have PTSD, social anxiety, just to name a few things. And if you want to find out more about me, you can also go onto my other site, which is called The Productive Cannabis Connoisseur. And you could go to that channel and subscribe to that one. And I tell you a lot more in depth about why I partake in the herb. So anyway, Cannabis and Movies is a show that I do every Monday. I like to review movies that have cannabis within them. It could be just some person off on the side smoking a pipe with cannabis in it within the movie. Either way, I want to review it. I want to dissect it, psychologically give it a psychological analysis as to why Hollywood, aka Hollyweird, will put cannabis in such movies. So, case in point, the movie that I want to review today is called Soul Plane. Yeah. So it came out in 2004. It's starring Kevin Hart, Snoop Dogg, as you know, Tom Arnold, and Method Man. I don't know if you know all these superstars. I'm sure everybody does, whoever's watching this. You can't help but, not see Snoop Dogg. He's everywhere. Kevin Hart, he's everywhere. Not so much Tom Arnold. Yes, Method Man is everywhere. So anyway, this movie, Soul Plane, I didn't even IMDb it like I sometimes do. I watched it again. I've watched it before because my husband brought home the DVD and to see if I wanted to watch it. When I watched it back then, I was like, oh my god, this is a piece of crap movie. That was my reaction. Then I watched it again recently. And my reaction is the same. It didn't improve over time for me. So yeah, this is what happened. The main star is Kevin Hart. He's this guy who he won a court, lawsuit against this airline. It just was ridiculous. He was in a bathroom, an airplane bathroom, sitting on the toilet. He wasn't supposed to be there. They're getting ready to take off, and his butt gets suctioned into the toilet, and he sues the airline, and he ends up becoming a millionaire, and then he ends up opening up his own airline, and get what they name it, NWA, okay. So yeah, it's just stereotypes galore, and yes, it says, according to Netflix, it says all aboard this raunchy comedy about flying the friendly skies. It is a raunchy comedy. So this is not for children. Heck, it's probably not for me, because my god. Yeah, the other star in there too, there's many other stars, female stars, but they regretted to really mention that much. There's Eva Longoria in there. She plays this Latino woman who's quote unquote slutty always, and all the women in there just about had really, well, the skinny women in there had really, short skirts on, airline stewardess, really extremely short skirts. It was crazy, alright? So the airline was divided into sections, the plane. Well, of course, one section is, you got your first class, then next, second class, third class looks like a ghetto. So Tom Arnold and his family end up boarding this plane. He ends up obviously having to go onto the third class ghetto section. It's just ridiculous. It was just crazy. Showering of stereotypes, I'm telling you, it was just like, my god. Yeah, Snoop Dogg ended up being the pilot who's flying the plane. He's never flown a plane, saying that when he was in jail, he did some simulator plane. I mean, this was a piece of crap, guys, okay? I don't recommend it. I mean, there were funny funny spots in there. D.L. Hughley was in there, and he was playing a one of those bathroom attendants inside of an airplane. And you know how small airplane bathrooms are. They had it was funny because when they're at the specific airport for their terminal, before you got on the plane, there's a 99-cent store. There's I think it was a Popeye's chicken, maybe. It was ridiculous. There's just so many stereotypes in this movie. Of course, I think some people look forward to the stereotypes and find them really funny. Some of them I find downright degrading, to be honest with you. It's like people have no shame, man. They just have no dignity and no sense of who they are. You know, they're just like some dancing minstrels or something. That's what it feels like with a lot of these black comedians and black actors. Like, they have to, and actresses too, they have to take these roles to mimic the stereotype that has been repeated over and over again for centuries. Yes, it pisses me off. Hello, you know, look at me. I'm brown skin, look at my hair. It's crazy. I can't relate to these people because they're just like cartoon characters is what it is, and people are finding that funny. It's a joint I rolled up earlier with the I don't know what it is, a Mendocino head wrap or a Mendocino mind wrap or my headband. That's probably what it is. I need to look it up, get better on my strains. There's so many. But anyway, yeah, this movie, it was crazy. I mean, I was conflicted when I was watching it because, of course, there's going to be funny scenes in there. D.L. Hughley, as I said, was the bathroom attendant, and he was hilarious as hell. I swear to God, he's funny. Yeah, but I don't want to like this movie because it's just what it represents. They had like this on the plane. There was like looked like a club or a nightclub or something. It was just ridiculous. My God. And I know I say ridiculous a lot, but that just explains how I feel about a lot of these movies that are being made with cannabis within them. It just shows people that it's funny to, it almost makes people, okay, let me say something about this. Now, if a Caucasian person were watching this movie, they think it's really cool, probably, because it seems like people like the stereotype of what a black person is supposed to be. That they're supposed to be just raunchy and ghetto all the time. And just crude. And that's like normal, that's the norm. They had the guy, Arnold, he had this little son on there. He looked like his son was probably 15 or 16 or whatever. And the son was dressed up in all ghetto attire and stuff, like chains and rings and all that kind of stuff. And trying to talk it as, you know, as the other black people were talking. And it just was like, what is this about? I mean, this is craziness. You know, just continuing to perpetuate stereotypes and keeping people dumbed down. I mean, there's some funny instances in the movie, yeah. I mean, the Snoop Dogg is hella funny. Who can deny that? He's funny, you know. And but the thing is like when people make these kind of movies, it's degrading. They had like a strip club in there too. I mean, it was just like, why are you doing this? And then, yes, they do. People do associate cannabis with this kind of scene, this kind of behavior, you know, and it's just disgusting. I mean, I'm really literally disgusted by movies like this. Obviously, yeah. They have so many stereotypes going on in there. Where did the cannabis smoking occur? That's what you may be asking. Well, of course it's with Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is the pilot, and then there's this guy in there who's supposed to be from Africa, and he has an accent. Of course, it sounds fake and phony. And of course, you know, the guy, the African guy, wants to turn on some music, and they're sharing a joint, smoking it, and the African guy puts on his music, and it sounds like quote unquote stereotypical jungle music with, you know, sounds of wildlife, you know, lions and whatever going on, and drumming and stuff like that. And then, of course, Snoop Dogg's like, no, 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 turn this off, and he puts some, like, you know, puts rap on, you know, the latest up-to-date rap. I shouldn't say up-to-date. This movie's from 2004. Yeah, well, it's just, it was sick. This movie was sick, and you know what? People would say, "Oh, that's a compliment." No, I mean sick, the real meaning of sick, not sick. That's sick. I don't say shit like that. It was just disgusting. It just felt degrading. Women with really, really short skirts on, dancing all nasty, and it was just nasty. And then they had that one actor, I can't remember his name, older guy, playing a blind guy, and he's just like blind pervert guy, filling up women, you know, butts and whatever. It just was disgusting. It was disgusting, guys. You know, in time, people will see that these stereotypes about, specifically too, I'm just going to speak on based on personal experience. These stereotypes about black people just need to end. They keep perpetuating the same stereotype over and over, no matter what movie it is, whether it's a movie with cannabis in it, whether it's a serious period film, whether it's, you know, whatever the hell it is. Whenever a black person shows up in the situation, they've got to resort to, like, slavery talk. I don't like the N-word, I don't. It irks me because this is a word that was used in a negative manner towards people that looked like this, like me. And I don't think it's something that you should use in a, like camaraderie or friend-like thing. You know, not everybody's using that word, and it's irritating. I don't like it at all. I don't. I mean, it's ridiculous to continue to use words like that. It just continues what happened in the past and keeps that angry feeling going against one race against the other. Yeah, this is very passionate talk. Yeah, I didn't like this movie. Even though I laughed a couple of times in some spots, because that's what they want you to do. You know, try to find something that they think you can relate to. You know, if you were ever living in a ghetto or poor, and I did live in a ghetto, and I knew how it was to be in deep poverty. So, yeah, there were some spots in there funny, but basically, what I'm trying to tell you guys is this is fucked up. What Hollywood does with black actresses and actors too. It just gives everybody that same viewpoint of how a certain person is supposed to act based on their outer appearance. So it does rile me up, and it's supposed to be funny. A lot of the things that, oh, it's just a joke. Come on, we're just joking, kind of thing. But a lot of those things is it's insulting and degrading and disgusting. So that's my review on it. You can watch it if you want to, and if you have a different opinion on it, that's okay, because everybody likes something different. So on that note, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing this with your friends and family. Thank you for leaving nice comments on there. Also, like I said, I have a new channel called The Productive Cannabis Connoisseur. So go to that channel and please subscribe. Please subscribe, and I can tell you more in detail all about my cannabis usage and all the information and how much education I have been getting, even just in the past few days, about cannabis. So the more that you learn and research about this plant, the more you're able to understand it, whether or not you decide to try it at all. Well, that really smoked up. Bye, guys.